Our next guest is all about body positivity, and you can see it firsthand in her TLC reality show.
Whitney Way Thore from My Big Fat Fabulous Life is joining us. Hey, Whitney, how are you?
I'm doing so well. How are y'all?
Oh, good. It's so nice to have you. All right, so you've come a long way since Jared and Katie in the morning on 107.5 KZL.
Yes, that feels like a different lifetime ago.
How are you? How you doing?
I'm good.
So if people haven't seen the show yet, tell us a little bit about your journey. You started out as, I guess, for lack of a better term, a skinny dancer, and life happened, and you've now become the person you are, and you really think that the world needs to learn something about not shaming people for their weight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would actually say the world just needs to learn to not shame people, period. Because what I've seen is that through accepting myself, I've been able to relate to so many other people, whether they're dealing with body image or a whole host of other issues. And having someone represented, especially on television, who is living their authentic life in spite of a society that tells them not to, I think that's really encouraging for a lot of people, and they can apply it to whatever they're struggling with.
How did the show come to be? I'm so fascinated by the beginnings of things. Were you approached, and were you open to the idea? Obviously you were, but how did it come to be?
Yeah, well, I actually just had a viral dance video on, was it Facebook or YouTube? I don't know. This was so long ago, you couldn't even count views on Facebook. So this was like the Stone Ages, it feels like. And I did basically like a press tour all over the country. I did like, a bunch of the morning shows and things like that on live TV. And I ended up getting an email in my spam folder from a TLC executive who asked if I wanted to, quote unquote, collaborate. And I had no idea what that meant, but I said yes. And here we are 9 seasons later.
Wow.
Oh
yeah,
my
nine
God, 9
seasons.
seasons.
So, it's obviously hit a nerve. And this season, I know you want to become a personal trainer. There's new love in your life. Tell us a little bit about what we're in for with the show.
Yes. Well, I think the love life is a big deal because last season, my fiance and I broke up and he became a father. So that was pretty traumatic for me. And I definitely thought at this time last year that I would never even date again. So kind of going out on a limb and getting involved with someone has felt really scary, but also really exciting. And it's interesting that I did it digitally, which I think probably a lot of people have because it's been our, main form of communication through the pandemic. And people are really, I just think, searching for that connection. And this is a connection that I definitely didn't anticipate finding, but I'm very glad that I did.
Oh my God! All right, we just showed you getting a needle in your stomach. Does that have to do with you wanting to become a mother?
Yes, I actually went ahead and went through the IVF process and froze my eggs. And it was wild. And I went through the actual egg retrieval process with like no anesthesia or anything, which doesn't ever happen. So it was
why did you do it that way?
Interesting and painful, but I'm really glad that I've done that because I'm 37. So it feels good to kind of put the eggs on ice and have them there, if I'm ready to move forward.
Exactly.
I want to go back to the self-acceptance because whether it be your weight or something else, like you said, that you really went through a tough time with people judging you. And now, would you say you feel totally comfortable in your own skin? And how did you get that way?
Yes, I feel totally comfortable in my own skin. However, that doesn't mean that my life is perfect or easy because everyone else is not comfortable with my skin. So I still have hard days. I still get harassed. I get shamed. I get abused. These things are a reality for fat people and specifically fat women. So that doesn't mean that everything is great, but it does mean that when those things happen, I don't hate myself. And I don't think to myself that there's something wrong with me. I just realize the things that are wrong with society, basically. And people ask me all the time, how do you do it? And there's not just one answer. It is a process that happens day in and day out. I couldn't even tell you like what happened for me. I just decided to start living my life as though I wasn't fat. That's what I told myself. So that if I had any kind of opportunity or any kind of anything where normally I would say, no, because I'm fat, I decided I'm going to do the thing anyway. And within, I'd say probably 6 months, I just had a radical change, a radical shift in my life, and I've never looked back.
All right, you recently moved back to Greensboro, North Carolina. How is that working out for you? Are you happy to be home?
Oh, it's wonderful. I love it. Yes, it's fabulous. I was living in Charlotte before in a townhouse with a tiny yard. So I'm back. My 3 cats are very happy because they have more space.
Yay.
My dog has her nice big backyard, and I'm close to my parents and all of my friends. So it's been a wonderful change.
Okay, cool.
Very good. Well, we want to get everyone excited because if you want to have some good TV to watch, your season premiere of My Big Fat Fabulous Life is on tonight at 9 o'clock on TLC. So we wish you tons of luck for this season premiere.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a great day. Thanks for being with us on Better.